Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Well, we are actually outside planting something today, so we're going to get started with that. But before I do, just want to ask you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. Now, unfortunately, we have had 3 chickens lost in the last week. We weren't sure at the time what got them. Chris was just next door, so not far away. 10 in the morning, so the coyotes are getting really bold. We weren't sure at the time, but now we know. Chris saw one with one of our chickens in its mouth today, right outside the fence here, just outside the kitchen window. So didn't get a shot off at it again. A couple of the guns are in the repair shop, the one with the best scope on it. So unfortunately last week they got Henrietta and Buffy. Why do they always get the most favorite, sweetest chickens, not one of these horrible crabby squawking things? But anyway, we've lost 3 chickens, so we're down to 14 hens now. Been a really rough couple of months. So anyway, we're on high alert. They're getting pretty bold, coming right up practically to the house, to the kitchen window, taking the chickens right in front of our faces. So Chris is going to try tomorrow, sitting in the tree line here where he's covered and just waiting to see if they come back. They will. I mean, once they've gotten a free dinner and they've left the gut pile right outside our kitchen window, the property line, they're going to come back. So anyway, he moved a couple of the property alarms that we had at the driveway and on the driveway to this fence line. They always come in this way. Something was here in the middle of the night too, but we didn't see anything. So we're on high alert for that. It's kind of rough. Chris moved the monitors because we're over there, can't even see them, and it's a windy day, so we can't really hear much until it's too late. So hoping not to lose any more hens. Now the good news is Chrissy is laying on about 15 eggs. Somebody dumped a couple more under there, and hopefully not any since then. So she's on about 15 eggs, so we will get chicks soon, another couple of weeks. And I'm going to have to leave her on them a few days extra because somebody dumped a couple more eggs in there. So if they're viable, might as well let her sit on them. Anyway, kind of sad. I lost my little Henrietta, but this is part of this kind of life. And lost my sweetest baby. Other than Chrissy. Chris is my next favorite. And she's now going to give me babies. And she's just doing a wonderful job. She's just so sweet and, you know, lets me pet her and coos and everything like Ruby used to. So we'll see how things go in the next couple of weeks. Tell everybody you're gonna look at this thing squawking at me. I'm not here to take your egg right now. Now, Chrissy, I see an egg sticking out here. I'm worried that somebody did dump more eggs under. Tuck them in. One did get broken, that's why that one is covered in yolk. She was completely covering them yesterday, and she just isn't in the right position today. Yeah, she pecks at me if I come close, like, leave me alone. But they're not in, baby. You gotta get them in there. Anyway, this is what Ruby used to do, is cluck like this. And I'm so looking forward to having babies. You can't even see her eyes until I go to the side because she's so dark. Yes, you're gonna be a mommy, aren't you? Such a good baby. Oh, I just want to say hello. I'm not gonna take your eggs. Get in there. She's like, I'm doing my job, go away. This is the crabbiest thing on the planet. Wouldn't have hurt my feelings so much if you had been taken by a coyote. Here's a couple of fresh ones. The day the coyotes took Buffy and Henrietta, one chicken piled in here with Chrissy and had its butt sticking out and laid an egg right over her head. And I think that might be one of the ones that's in there under her now. So, yeah. This little girl, I don't know, she's outside now. We keep her by herself still, the little baldy, because she's still limping. She's just puffed right up like a blowfish. Get them in there. I wonder if I should put some more shavings around her. I'm supposed to be working. We've been waiting. It has rained off and on so much. It's been so hard to get anything done. And so Chris is just spreading. We got the dirt in the beds. Oh, I guess I should show you that first. Talk about easily distracted. So look at these fantastic raised beds. Now look at this. That's how much water is laying with all the rain we've had. So, Chris tilled the compost in, mixed it with the garden soil, put it all to one side, then put them in here, and then what we're doing is we're putting the Costco soil on top, a layer of that. And I mean, that stuff's just beautiful. And it's the cheapest stuff we can find. So while Chris continues spreading that, I'm gonna get the strawberries planted. So I got 8 plants in each bed. They're pretty much full. These plants are so healthy. Some of them, well, that one has a strawberry on it already, sitting in the dirt. But there's so much new growth on them and blossoms. I think they're going to do really well. And I watered them so the balls are really wet, and this soil is quite damp too. We've had so much rain. So I just checked and I have tons of beet seeds, so I'm going to get the beets stuck in here today. We got to get the 3rd bed made. We're going to do 6 in here, but we're just doing 3 for this year. Like I said, we're cutting back quite a bit. Get these 3 done. Got to figure out what to do with the ground. And got to figure out, we got to get this fenced in so the deer don't come and eat these. Might have to put something over them tonight just till we get something done to fence around here. We took the fence down to till and everything. I'll have to go get my glasses. I don't think I can see the spacing on this. Get the beets in, and then I have to go in. We got a deal on fresh strawberries, so I got to get them in, cut and ready for the freeze dryer. So these are only supposed to be 1/2 inch deep and 3 inches apart. So Chris is just going to make 2 little channels down each side, and we're going to do 2 rows of these beets 3 inches apart, and that shouldn't take too long to get these done. I miss lilacs from Ontario so much, and I'm so happy that this one is doing well. We'll be able to come out here and snip some because the door's right there. And I have that new cherry tree. It's looking a little dry today, I'm surprised. Gotta get that planted. It's got cherries all over it already. So it's a tiny tree, but it's a zone 2, and it's really hard to find zone 2 trees around here. Now, my last crabapple tree, that was the first one, it's dead there, but again, I didn't take the ball out. I leave them and there'll be more sprouts. That's one of the next things I have to get done, is rooter pots on the trees that I want to get extra trees out of. This is looking a little sorry. Don't know if I'll ever see crab apples. This is the other one. See, we just take the trunk out and then you get more. A lot of people just pull the whole ball out. We've done that with one. This pear tree is looking just awesome. This is the replacement one for the one that died here. Now there was a ton of blossoms on here, so I don't know. They say you plant pears for your heirs. We'll see if I ever see a pear before I die. Now this one, this is the Paul pear. And look at this. I can get 4 of them off of here if I get 4 rooter pots on this, which I'm going to do because I don't think this one's going to survive. It did have some blossoms on this branch, but I don't think it's going to survive. So I'm going to get 4 rooter pots on there. I think I'm going to have to get a new pack of rooter pots. And look at my amazing crop of dandelions. I keep saying I'm going to make dandelion jelly. This might be the year since we cut back on so much else. Now, we did get one mowing in, and it already looks like a swamp here. So I think now that we've got those beets, I don't know whether to get mowing again before the next rain, or whether to look at the buds on this ugly, ugly little tree. But it's a native tree, and it's healthy. It wasn't looking good last year, but the rain is just making an amazing difference this year. Still haven't got that ugly little greenhouse moved. Gotta get that done. Raspberries looking good. Might get a handful of raspberries this year. One over here. I planted them all along here. Oh, look at that. Whole bunch of suckers coming out of that one that I cut off. Awesome. And the housecapes, these were quite small. I'm really pleased with these, and I haven't done any pinching of these. See, if you pinch this off, done this before, you'll get 2 branches grow out of every single spot that you do that. So I'm going to go through one of these days when I have nothing better to do, I guess. Again, thought this tree was dead, and look at it. It's just later than the other ones. See if I can get a rooter pot on that. This is our best tree. It's doing great. Oh, and look at these are currants that our friends gave us. Whole bunch, and they already have, like, it was just a bunch of shoots from their plants. So we've got row there, row here. Oh, look at the cherry tree. This is the tree I got 3 cherries off of last year. So now I think it might be because I shocked it and took that big branch off with the rooter pot, and then I lost the tree to frost. I want to get a rooter pot on this one. And I want to get a bunch of rooter pots on my Gloria tree that died, because I can get at least 2 or 3 nice ones out of here, and then I'll just let the rest of the shoots grow and hopefully get a whole bunch growing. The housecapes are just doing fantastic, which couldn't make me happier. This one looked like it was almost dead, but again, it's just later than all the other ones. It was really dead looking, and a lot of the little ones out there were dead looking. You can already see the gooseberries growing on the gooseberry plant, and look at that one. Holy smokes, they looked like crap last year. There's actually 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one I thought was dead last year, so pretty happy. Now, I found out last year that this big pod that comes out of the rhubarb, you're supposed to cut it off so the energy doesn't go into it. I thought it was a seed pod, so I was letting it grow. So this is the rhubarb that I planted, these ones, and then that's the chunk of a mature plant that I got from a friend at church. Now, I think there's another one here. There was only 1 leaf showing, and I chomped it with the mower. You have to be pretty hardy to survive me around here. But this is the dark, dark red rhubarb that I love. New leaf coming out of there. So this stuff is a little thicker. This one, the mature plant, the shoots or the branches seem to be a lot thinner, but there's a lot of them. So happy. Look at so much new stuff growing too. My goodness. So strawberries and rhubarb is the big deal this year, I hope. And this is the new tree that I planted last year to replace the dead one I did pull out of here. And it's doing just awesome. And of course our beloved little sour cherry tree that I got 1 whole pie out of last year. Might get 2 whole pies this year. So happy. Can't believe everything was blossoming like before the middle of May. And I was so afraid of getting a frost that was going to destroy everything again this year. Look at this grass. It's just crazy. Got to get this done again. And there's the raspberries. Look at this. Suckers all the way over there. My goodness. They go everywhere that you don't want them to go. They're all going that way. Look at these suckers. All through here. They have to go into the row of... Look at in there too. Oh my goodness. They're supposed... I planted them in a row way over here. So they're going everywhere that you don't want them, but not where you want them to grow. Crazy. Let's go look at the currant bush. This thing, we picked it clean the year before last, and then we were so hopeful last year because it was so loaded with blossoms, and then we got that frost in June, but it is so loaded this year. It is just loaded with blossoms. And I had pruned this one too, so I took all the dead stuff out of it. I see a dead branch here I can take out. I'm too tired to walk all the way over there to the other mature currant plant. I had wanted to transplant these over into the orchard, but that's not going to get done. We'll put these fences up back around the currant bushes to keep our little feathered fiends out of there and the deer. But look at this stuff, it's way past knee high, and I can feel the water squishing in my boots again. So, feeling really hopeful, and things are, other than dead chickens, things are just looking really good this year, and I'm really optimistic and really happy. So I am going to have to put this down and get mowing now that those berries are planted. So we're done for today. On camera anyway, never done. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. And we'll see you next time.